Hi everyone, Christina here, and I'm so happy to be back with you today because we're going to be talking all about juicing versus blending. So many of you have been reaching out to me lately asking me to do a video about juicing versus blending, when it is appropriate to do one or the other or both, and also merely the differences between the two. Years ago, I did a juicing versus blending video, but it's been a really long time since then, and much has changed, and technology has also changed. So I wanted to do a little refresher today to break down the basics, to talk about the differences between smoothies and juices, and to help you figure out when you might want to drink a smoothie or why you might want to drink a juice. You'll actually see that I have a copy of my book here, and if you go to pages 93, 94, and 95, you'll see I have a chart here for you, breaking down all of the main differences between juicing and blending. And I'll put a screenshot of this in my video right now just so that you can take a look at it. I also just want to say I believe that neither one of these is better than another. I believe that juicing and blending both have their special purpose and that they're both equally important. So for me, it's about personal preference and learning when to do both, or when is best for you to listen to your body and to figure out if you feel like juicing today or blending today. Some people might argue otherwise. However, I love juicing and I love blending. I drink fresh juice every morning and I drink smoothies for lunch every single day. So for me, I've found a nice balance between juicing and blending, and I find that they are both beneficial and add so much nutritional value to my lifestyle. Before I dive in too deep, I do want to reference both of these machines right here since they're sitting right here, and most of you will ask me what I use. I get asked all the time, what juicer do I use? What blender do I use? I use a Nama juicer. Now, I just got the new J2, however, I've been using the original Vitality 5800 for 3 years now. So between the new J2 that I just got and the original Nama juicer, I love both of these, and I'll put a link in the description below so you can check those out with a discount code for those of you who are looking for a new juicer. And as for a blender, the Vitamix is my absolute favorite. I've been using a Vitamix for almost 15, 16 years now in my kitchen, and it has not failed me. I don't care what anybody else says, Vitamix is the best of the best when it comes to blenders. I have the A3500 model, and I love this model because they recently came out with a new attachment that allows you to switch between using a blender head and also using a food processor, all with the same base. It's insane. Now, that being said, so many people ask me which machine is best to get in your kitchen because both of these do so many different things. The Nama has a new technology that allows it to be hands-free, to juice on its own. It makes nut milks. It can even make simple smoothies. And the Vitamix can now make not just smoothies, but salad dressings, ice creams, soups. It can food process and so much more. All while both of these machines are multifunctional, this machine still is meant for juicing, and it is the best of the best when it comes to juicing. And this machine is meant for blending, and it is the best of the best when it comes to blending. If you're looking to get a new blender, I recommend the Vitamix 100%, no questions asked. And I also have some special deals and some special links below for you as well. If you use my link, you get free shipping on orders of $50 or more. If there were two machines that you were going to choose to have in your kitchen, it would be these two. I have worked my way through a ton of cheap machines in the past 16 years that I've been a raw vegan, and these two have stood the test of time. So if you are wanting to build your raw food kitchen, and if you're wanting to have two machines that would basically do it all for you, it would be the Nama and the Vitamix. I recommend both of these, so please check out the links below. So the main difference between juices and smoothies, or between juicing and blending, is the fiber. A juicer will remove the fiber, whereas a blender will simply pulverize it and blend it all together into a smoother mixture. Now, why is this important? Allow me to break it down, because this can be very simple, and we can also go pretty complex here. We can get pretty deep, but I'll try to do my best to keep it as simple as possible. Let's say a fresh juice, a raw juice, not a juice that you buy in the store, but one that you juice yourself, is considered a nutritionally concentrated food. To whereas a smoothie would just be considered a whole food. A juice is typically very light and refreshing, although it's nutrient packed. To whereas a smoothie, because it has that fiber, is very thick and filling and satisfying. Like I said, juices and smoothies both have their special place and purpose. Juices are typically better for cleansing and healing, to whereas smoothies are better when you are trying to live a more sustainable or healthy lifestyle. When you're trying to get into more of a pattern or routine, smoothies are more sustainable long term. You cannot live on juices alone. You could do 120 days of juice feasting, but you couldn't live off of just juices alone because you do need the fiber long term. However, you can live off of smoothies for the rest of your life. It's simply pre-masticated food for you. It'd basically be like you eating baby food, but it blends it for you and it makes the digestive process easier for you. Juices tend to drain quickly from the stomach because they're liquid, whereas smoothies, they're filling, so they tend to digest slower, keeping you fuller longer. Juices can give you a blast of nutrients to your body. Juices can infuse your body with nutrients because one glass of juice can equal consuming 7 to 10 pounds of fruits and vegetables, which means you can consume a more concentrated amount of nutrients in one glass of juice than you could with a smoothie. And because there's no fiber, there's a quicker absorption of those nutrients into your bloodstream as opposed to a smoothie where it is a slower, more steady absorption into your bloodstream. Now that being said, some people don't like drinking juices because they don't like that quick absorption of energy or of nutrients. They prefer smoothies because there's a slower absorption of nutrients, there's a more steady flow of energy that happens, and the fiber can help to stabilize your blood sugar. Juicing is great for high water content fruits and vegetables like cucumbers, melons, greens, citrus, fruits and vegetables like that. But it doesn't do foods like avocados or bananas or foods that don't have a high water content in them. Blending or smoothies, on the other hand, you can blend or process anything. This is one of the reasons why I like to drink green juices in the morning, because I can get in a full glass of greens in the morning without all the fiber and I can feel refreshed and feel hydrated and nice. And then for lunch, I'll do a big banana smoothie with a bunch of other berries and things that I couldn't necessarily juice, but the fiber fills me up. I get in more calories, more fuel, I feel good, I feel a lot of energy. And for me, that's a nice mix between getting a full glass jar of minerals and also a huge smoothie bowl or a smoothie filled with tons of vitamins and minerals as well. If we're talking about cost or efficiency, I do believe it is more expensive to juice because there's more produce involved in order to create one jar of juice, to whereas with a smoothie, pretty much everything is used. There's no compost that needs to be used after unless it's maybe a banana peel or something like that. But for the most part, it can pulverize anything and it can save you more money. What I do want to break down for you in a very important way is that juices are more concentrated and smoothies are less concentrated. However, they both have their place and purpose. And I'm gonna bring up a very specific example for you. So here's my big example. Let's say that you want to do a cleanse. You wanna hit the restart button on your body and you really want to cleanse. You wanna do some healing, right? And now, while it's important to focus on rebuilding and correcting bad patterns, it is also nice sometimes to be able to dive deeper and to do a full system flush, right? Now, here's the thing. I do 1 to 2 juice cleanses a year to give my body a solid food vacation. Our colons are 31.5 feet long. When you stretch them out, that's a lot. And digestion can take up to 80% of our body's energy, which means our bodies spend a lot of energy, a lot of effort digesting all of that fiber. So once or twice a year, I like to give my colon a break by doing a juice cleanse so that my body can spend the rest of that energy getting rest, healing, or just refreshing whatever needs to be refreshed. And when I'm doing a juice cleanse, I'm definitely using a juicer to make juice because I can create large batches of juice. I could make juice in a blender, however, it would take me a lot more time. It would be a bit more strenuous. And I think that juices have their time and place when it comes to deeper healing. If somebody needs to be able to consume more greens in their day and they're not eating salads at night, they're not raw, they're eating the standard American diet, juicing is super beneficial for those people who are trying to get in more nutrients into their day in a more concentrated form. Now that being said, I drink 32 ounces of fresh green juice every single morning, but I don't necessarily consider that to be juice fasting because I'm still consuming fiber for the rest of my day. I'm having a smoothie for lunch and a big salad for dinner. Just because I'm drinking a juice doesn't mean that I'm always in cleansing mode. For me, it's about finding balance and really listening to your body. I also want to say I've been a raw vegan for 16 years now. I reversed my type 2 diabetes. Fruits and vegetables are my life now. I don't consume processed foods. I don't consume meat, dairy, rice, gluten, oils, processed sugars. My diet, my lifestyle is very, very clean. That being said, I have spent a lot of time in my life breaking bad habits when it comes to food. So I know that after a juice cleanse, I'm drinking nothing but smoothies and mono meals of fruits for weeks after end, right? And I can live off of smoothies. I think that smoothies are sustainable for people who are trying to create healthier habits in their life, and they're absolutely needed. I don't just use my blender for smoothies. I probably use my Vitamix 3 to 4 times a day. I definitely use my Vitamix more than I use my juicer because I'll make my smoothie for lunch and then I'll make a dressing or sauce for dinner to put on my salad. I'll make some type of a cream cheese. I'll use the food processor. There's so many things that I do with my Vitamix. If anything, I know that I could not live without this machine on a daily basis. I definitely couldn't live without my Nama as well, but because I use this in so many different ways, I think it's important for you to see it's not just about smoothies. It's how many different creations you can make in the kitchen that make this lifestyle exciting, make it palatable, and make it long-term sustainable for you. So while juices might be more concentrated and might be a quick fix for certain things and might give you a blast of nutrients, consuming smoothies or blending things gives you the whole food. And that's what we want as well. We want to be consuming whole plant-based foods so that we can live this lifestyle long-term and find success doing it. Do you see the balance? So this leaves the question, when do I juice and when do I blend? Like I said before, both juices and smoothies or both juices and blends have benefits. So I don't believe that one is better than another. I believe that it really depends on where you're at in your journey, in your day, in your life, when you're listening to your body, what your personal preference might be. You also have to ask yourself, what is gonna motivate me to be in the kitchen and commit to this lifestyle? If juicing that day makes you commit to being more plant-based, to going vegan, to eating more raw, then make a huge 32-ounce batch of juice, 64-ounce batch. But if you're feeling like you want something more filling, you want something to chew, you want a big bowl of something in front of you, you want a sauce, a soup, then blending is the way you need to go. And you don't have to just be one or the other all the time. You can be like me. I do both of them on a daily basis. You can enjoy both and you can find a balance. I think juicing and blending are both essential to this lifestyle, and I think I could not be a raw vegan without having both in my life. I would love for you to answer a question for yourself after watching this video. And it would be, when do I feel more comfortable juicing and when do I feel more comfortable blending? Which one do I like more? Which one would make this more sustainable for myself? And if I were gonna create a plan for myself in the day, what would it look like? Now, I've already shared with you what my day looks like, right? I like to enjoy juices in the mornings, smoothies for lunch, and big salads with dressings or soups or zoodles in the evenings, right? And you can figure out what works best for you and what feels good to your body. One last thing that I want to address, because I get questions about this all the time, and I'm sure I'm gonna get this question after making this video today, because people are always wanting me to choose one or the other, and they're always wanting me to recommend one machine over the other. Some people might ask me, oh, but can I make smoothies in my juicer, and can I make juices in my blender? And here's the thing, yes, these machines are multifaceted. Yes, they are multifunctional. However, this juicer wasn't built to blend certain ingredients. It can only make a very, very simple smoothie for you. It can't do all the bells and whistles of the things you might want in a regular smoothie. It's meant to help you batch juice. It's meant to help save you time and prep when it comes to creating juices. And when it comes to blending, yeah, you can get a nut milk bag and you can squeeze it yourself and do all that, but it'll just take you more time. So then now you have to figure out which one is more important to you and where do you value putting your time. I'll say this again because I'm pretty sure I'll still get this question if I had to choose one over the other. If you were just starting your raw food kitchen, I would recommend getting a blender first. I would recommend getting a Vitamix blender first, just because if you're trying to create new healthy habits in your life, this machine will be more sustainable for you long term. You can drink smoothies all day, all night, make salad dressings, and you can literally live off this machine. No joke, I've done it. And once you have the blender in your home, then I would say you can save up money and invest in a Nama juicer. That's just my 2 cents. It might not work for you. Some of you might decide, hey, I would rather invest in a juicer and do more juicing at the beginning of my journey. And really, like I said, it's personal preference. The intention of this video was merely to outline the differences between juicing and blending, why they're both beneficial, and to help you discover, to help you find when it's best for you to do one over the other. I feel like I've only scratched the surface of this topic, so I'm going to ask you to please leave your questions in the comments below so that I can go through and answer more questions for you. For those of you who would like to check out my book, I'll include an Amazon link below for you, as well as links to my app. For those of you looking for more raw vegan recipes, you can get 450 raw vegan recipes on my app. It's available on iTunes and Google Play. The initial download is free, and then after that you get to choose between a monthly or a yearly subscription. And as well, for those of you looking for discount codes for a Nama juicer and also special discount links for a Vitamix blender, those are below for you as well. I know I've been making a lot of educational videos lately, but it's truly because I believe that information like this can save lives. It can change lives. And for those of you who are really trying to transform your lifestyles, this information is important. If you've liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because there is only more to come, and you can also leave me your suggestions below of what you would like to see in a future video. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It means the world to me to spend time with you, with those who care as much about health and wellness as I do, and it is just such an honor and a pleasure to share this space with you. So I want to say thank you. I can't wait to see you all in my next video. Sending you all my hugs and my love. See you soon.